The US leads the world, along with North Korea and Russia, in per capita imprisonment of people. We have a war on drugs, which imprisons countless low-level and nonviolent drug offenders. We are told that this is good for crime rates. You put the habitual offenders in prison, they can't commit crime. Other people get scared of committing crime because they don't want to be put in prison. Unfortunately, this entire hypothesis has fallen completely flat. A new report from the Brennan Center for Justice at the New York University School of Law finds that increased incarceration rates have a very limited effect on crime over the past 2.5 decades. In fact, at current incarceration levels, the effect of incarcerating more people has the statistically same as zero effect on reducing crime. In other words, it no longer works. Crime has fallen. Okay, let's not mix up facts here. Crime has fallen. Violent crime down 50% since 1990. Property crime down 46%. And it can be tempting to draw a causal relationship. Hey, incarceration rates up, crime down. Very, very simple. But correlation is not causation. And according to people who actually did the data analysis, this was no more than a coincidence. And to understand it, we need to explore the concept of diminishing marginal returns. This is an economic concept. We've talked about it before, and I'll give you a simple analogy to understand it. Think about being a kid and ice cream and your enjoyment. You have no ice cream and you like ice cream. You get one scoop. You really enjoy it. That one scoop brings you, let's say, 10 enjoyment points. You get a second scoop of ice cream. You're a kid, 2 scoops, no problem for you at all. That second scoop of ice cream gives you probably another 9.5 enjoyment points in terms of the benefit to you. The benefit per scoop has dropped a little bit. Instead of being 10 points per scoop, it's now 9.5, 9.75. As you keep getting more and more scoops of ice cream, though, your additional enjoyment from each additional scoop goes down. If you've had 30 scoops, that 31st scoop is not going to give you 9 or even 8 or even 7 additional enjoyment points. And if you're starting to feel sick to your stomach, it might actually have a negative marginal impact on your enjoyment. So let's apply this now to imprisonment. If we assume that the most egregious and dangerous criminals will be imprisoned first, you can imagine how you get a diminishing marginal crime reduction from each additional prisoner. You imprison a serial murderer, significant benefit in terms of crime reduction. You have the murderers off the street, you work your way down to nonviolent people with drug possession. The marginal crime reduction benefit of imprisoning an additional low-level drug user or even a low-level dealer is going to be very, very slim. And the Brennan Center ran this regression analysis. They adjusted for all of the variables that could impact it, including police employment, median incomes, unemployment rates, etc. And they found that the diminishing returns of incarceration on crime reduction is a real phenomenon. We really need to be rethinking our broad policing and incarceration policy.
And let's combine that with these incarceration sentences not being a deterrent to the crimes, most of the crimes we're talking about, and then the amount of money that it's costing us. It's really outrageous.
That's layer 2, which is once we determine this relationship between incarceration and crime, we need to add in the opportunity cost of investing money in the war on drugs and on incarceration instead of in things like social welfare programs and education. And you will see that the negative impact of this policy becomes hugely, hugely exacerbated. Disagree with me? Let us know on our Reddit discussion forum, davidpakman.com/Reddit. That's REDDIT.